Greetings, YouTube. I'm excited to have you along today. We're out in western Montana in the Mammoth country. So this is an old ghost town mining area, and there's a lot of unique aspects I'm going to share with you today about everything out here. And I picked this area. I saw it break in the weather. It's 31 degrees out, sunny, blue skies as you can see. I'm just thrilled to be out here. We got a lot of cool stuff. But I just want to give you a little recap. I haven't shot a video here in a while, and I'm still on board with this thing, and I apologize to you guys, but the holiday season got super busy around Bozeman. I'm a commercial plumber by trade, and I wrapped up a lot of big projects towards the end of the year, and not to mention the snowfall has been insane this year, which is good for the cattle farmers. This summer, once we get a break in the weather and the grass starts growing, they're going to have a lot to eat because all this is going to thaw out. You can see it's extremely snowy. We get like maybe 6 inches a day, now and then, give or take, but we've had a break in the weather, as I said. And, you know, if you're new to this channel, welcome. I'm excited to have you along. I'm Outback Jack. I explore western Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, Utah, all around the Great West, and kind of just poke around and see what inspires me and intrigues me. I have a great fascination with old mining claims and old towns and that raw industry of America, that early age when America was founded and the dollar was backed by gold. And I like seeing the remains of that effort and that work and the families who staked it all and made it or didn't make it. And the beautiful thing is, out here in Montana, all this is available and is unpreserved. But let me give you a little recap of the winter. So we went through cold spells of -30 degrees, tons of snow. I have a 4x4 truck, and I couldn't get back here if I wanted. So I kind of essentially got snowed into the Bozeman area for a while, and it feels great to get out and share this with you guys. But, you know, I don't know how much of this is intact. There's not a lot on Mammoth. There is a lot of property for sale in this area, and I've looked tremendously, like a tremendous amount, to try to find a good 10-acre parcel where I can run electricity. Otherwise, I'd be stuck with solar, and that's pretty unpredictable, and it's not something I want to do. But I was looking at property in this area, and I started seeing pictures of small mining shacks and the history of it. And then I started doing research, and I'm thinking to myself, why can't I find that much? So I'm going in here blind, and I'm hoping to be able to show you guys some really cool stuff. If not, it's a wild ride. We're out here probably 50 minutes from the nearest taxpayer-funded roadway, so it's a little sketchy. It's probably going to get a little hairy. On my way in, I was a little nervous because there's a lot of deep gulches, and the snow's still moderately high, and it's pretty icy, so you got to be careful out in these areas, because I haven't seen anyone for the last hour, I'd say. And if you're out here and something happens, you're out here and something happens. As you can see, I'm in front of this great, beautiful hand-hewed log cabin. It looks like a single family log cabin, and it's boarded up. So as I said, this area, a lot of people have reinvested and staked another claim of their own out here, and they've chosen to live out here and face the elements. And it's a really cool thing people do in Montana, because there's all this land that used to be mining claims industry, and once the dollar went to fiat currency, Montana lost a lot of its early pioneers because there was no reason to mine gold as fervently as they did. And people today, like me and many others, come out here and they go, I'm gonna buy this old log cabin and I'm gonna retrofit it and fix it up, and I'm gonna make it habitable. And we're gonna see a lot of that. I'm gonna keep an eye out for abandoned structures that aren't boarded. I'm also gonna respect whosever property this is, as they boarded that beautiful log cabin. I'd love to get a view of it. As you can see, it's full of character. Look at this stack on the chimney. And it does have a tin roof. So that leads me to believe someone did at some point live in that and maybe moved farther down the road. But you can see the chinking, the hand-hewed logs. This is all from this area, and it's gorgeous. And I'm just gonna see, look how icy this is. You see how tall snow I'm in? And I'm not able to go through? Yeah, so it's all boarded up. It's padlocked. Maybe you can see in there. But you can see that is a great little retreat in a great area to live in. So there's all these finds around here, and you can make the claim yourself. And land is relatively cheap, and you can fix things up. And I've been really interested in that, and I've been starting to put away some resources to do that. So let's get in the truck, let's go down the road, and let's see what's in store. We're in Mammoth, Montana. Ironically, there is a Yellowstone city in Yellowstone National Park that is named Mammoth, but this is the first Mammoth. This is the real deal. Somehow that name got used or borrowed, but this is Mammoth that put Mammoth in our mouths on the map. Seeing anything yet, and I'm cruising through here. It is really cool, and what amazes me about these areas, and you can go and look at my other videos, I have quite a few of them, but what amazes me, that's down there. See, that's someone who bought some land here. Is these places are so far tucked back. And if you were in the early days and you're coming out here to mine, to haul timber, this is a trek. This is an extreme trek. And to do it all by horse and sleigh is a feat itself. So you didn't have GPS, you didn't have maps really that were accurate. They were kind of rough, and you know, a guy who explored it or took it word of mouth from a mountain man or a army attachment that scouted the area kind of formed a map in his head, and you can just see this is still back here. So this is the Beaverhead Deer Lodge National Forest. And another little cool thing about this area is, where in the world can you buy land in a national forest and be surrounded by the trails, the amenities, and all the beauty and animals? You can't, but you can here, because there was a mining claim here, and this was private land at one point, and it was never allocated during the creation of a national forest. So that's another really cool thing to keep in mind as you're exploring Montana, and maybe you're looking for property, maybe you're just looking to explore, but little things like that add a whole lot to your adventure and trip. Just knowing that it's private property within national forest, which is super cool. And yes, we are in bear country, but given that it is the end of January, they're in hibernation, so there's really nothing to worry about once you get into these areas. But mountain lions, they do not hibernate, and they stay hungry all year, and they're very, very brutal animals. I've heard of a lot of different accounts dealing with them, and just their behavior, and they're very spooky, at least in my opinion. So it looks like I'm in a really cool area right now. As you can see, this has kind of been explored as well. There's footprints. They look frosted over, so they're a little bit older. I don't think anyone is in here, but definitely worth a poke around. Look at this. How beautiful is that? Now, I'm not seeing, so this is a different date and age, so there's no chinking. I'm trying to figure out what happened here, because this is an addition. This is an addition. Because this is the rough hand-hewed lumber. See that clay? That clay or mortar? That's mortar. But this is all from these pines around here. And it looks like maybe at some point someone built over the log frame. No. So this is relatively new, speaking. 1910, 1915, somewhere in there. There's some drywall. Or is that cardboard? That's cardboard. That's the insulation. Look at that. Just, I don't know what that is, what material that is. It is an addition. You see the flooring's different compared to this flooring. Old bricks. See, that's another thing to keep in mind. Look at this lumber. Look at this. It's still got the bark. That is awesome. Someone just put that up, put it together. It's still got the bark on the pine. You don't see that a lot. Handcrafted window. Again. Let's see if it opens. Just gorgeous. So that's another thing that's really cool. I really like this cabin. And I didn't know if we were gonna find one, so we found one. Look at the ceiling, or roof. Roofs, lumber planks. Which is very neat. That's great. Old horse stable down there. So let's see what else is up the road. I'm already intrigued. If that's our first big find, that's a pretty nice find. That's a well intact cabin. That was a living quarters for mine. I'm gonna grab a picture of that with my phone. You gotta love that. What really stuck out to me was the old bark still on the pine. So here we go. guards. Sometimes those cattle guards spook me. I always feel like I'll fall through it, or it's just not maintained. You know, silly thoughts. That plateau is so tall, and we're in this canyon or valley, and I'm trying to capture the best of it because you feel so tiny driving through here. It's wild. It's just beautiful out here. And half the time the camera doesn't do it justice, but I can capture enough to give people the idea. But you feel just wide open freedom and space, and it's amazing. It's magical almost. It's really crazy. Never experienced anything else like it anywhere else but Montana. As you can see, if you do choose to live out here and buy an old mining parcel, four-wheel drive and a tractor for a plow is definitely an order of business. I don't know if we're gonna make it past this. This looks kind of treacherous. Getting closer to the town of Mammoth itself. I'm kind of excited to see. Cabins are. So as I'm going through here, a lot of this is kind of forestry and being developed. A lot of these parcels are being bought. I haven't seen any more abandoned structures, but at the very least, it is just beautiful. This area is beautiful. So I'll keep an eye out for anything more. I'm not sure there will be more. I think we hit the jackpot on that one early on, and the rest, I believe, have been demolished and purchased parcels, because I can't find much of anything abandoned or mine-wise. The old service road is actually snowed in right now, so there's no chance to get back there, I'd even get stuck, and no one's really coming to help you once you get stuck out here. You don't have service, you don't have, no way to even tell anyone you're stuck out here. So, on that one, the risk outweighs the reward. But as we drive through here, I'll keep filling you in on some cool things, and yeah, I'm just excited to be back out on such a beautiful day. What a blessing it is to be alive and well and exploring the open west like this. I know I have to get up to Coolidge. I've been wanting to do that, but as you can see, the level of snow here, and Coolidge is even farther north and higher elevation. So it's not ready yet. We're gonna have to wait till a real spring thaw. This is just a little cheat day where for some reason God's blessed Montana with nice weather. But I'm having fun ripping through these snowy roads. I might be pushing my luck a little too much. That is a lonely cabin up there. Now what leads me to believe that's two different structures, or that's an addition and that's the original, is I don't know if you can see it, and I'm actually going to get out and we're going to take a look because it's still very intriguing. Super slippery. See these big boulders around here. These boulders. Oh, look at this. Missed this. An old cellar of some sorts. Look at this fieldstone. Moss on it. That's split. Split fieldstone. Someone shaped that. See the old chimney? Isn't that cool? But you see the two different structures. One's planks, one's hand-hewn log. Either way, it all came from up here in these hills and mountains. But it's very interesting. I wish there was a way to figure out who owned these, or the family that does, and the story behind it. I mean, you can imagine that foundation. Sitting on blocks, just fieldstone. Very primitive. But that kept him warm. Him, her, family. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. Let's head further down. I'm going to try to, where I started this episode, I'm going to try to stop there again and see if the back deck of that old miner cabin has any cool stuff on it. As long as it's not locked up or anything, I think it's fair game. Let's head out. We're back at the old miner's cabin. The most pristine one I've seen in a long time. Oopsies. Take a peek back here. It's beautiful. Look at that. Yeah, so that cabin is pretty cool. There's a little porch on the back, as you saw. Looks like a great area to enjoy the summer, and I think someone owns that, and it's here for the summer. They come in and they live a little wild for a little bit and head back to where they came from, but it's just gorgeous. And yeah, I want to thank you guys for coming along. Once again, my pleasure. If you like this video, like and subscribe. We got a lot more to come, and I'm excited to have been able to get out today and take you guys along with me and document this little adventure to the saga of Outback Jack. But as you see, we're driving through here, and it's definitely a possibility for someone to buy a parcel of land out here and rest their bones and live a nice life amongst this beauty and wildlife. All year recreation, that's for sure. You'd never get tired of going up in these hills and exploring the trails, and I'm sure you'd find more than we've seen or than I've seen yet. I'm sure there's old mine shafts and there's small camps up in the mountains. That'll be something to hike to in the spring and summer. Once you're on the trails out here and it's winter, and if they're not marked, it's very easy to get lost. And snow spikes are a must. The elevation gain and then the snow combined just compound, and it turns into one heck of a workout. And it being winter too, you have less room for error. You could slip, something could happen, and you're out there again with no cell service, you know, to fend for yourself, or you get a bad snowstorm for some reason, because weather can be unpredictable out here. It is big sky country, and the wind carries a lot of weather. And it's just something I don't want to do, because I normally go on 10-mile hikes. So I start in the morning, and whether it's a summit or just exploration, but I try to keep it at about 10 miles, and it's super rewarding and satisfying. I don't want to experience the room for error, not out here, and being a new Montana resident, there's still a lot for me to learn as far as, you know, the alpine setting goes. Woodland is a little different, but this land's unforgiving and it's undeveloped, and, you know, no one's gonna come looking for you right away or know where to start. So yeah, but what a pleasure that was. What a beautiful day to share, and I hope you had some cool takeaways from it. I sure did. For me, it was a good therapy session almost. It was awesome to finally get this break in the weather and be able to explore Montana and just enjoy the open country. And I'm sure more of these days as we get closer to spring will keep sneaking up on us, and there'll be small trips and excursions like this, and then we'll start hitting the big things once the spring thaw comes out. Get a better feel for the land. I definitely want to return out here in the summertime. got really bad as we were going up higher.